My name is Dave Cole. I live in a recovery house. I help other addicts stay clean. I have a band, a ministry that we travel. We have a good time just, spreading the message of Jesus. The story that I'm about ready to tell happened October the 2nd, 15 years ago, 2000. Here I am already haven't taken a shower in 3 months, or at least that, real long hair, all matted up, dirty, and I didn't have anything but the clothes on my back. Lived in a cardboard box up by Home Depot in Dundalk, and I had enough money in my pocket to get high for the next week. I broke into a church, and in the process of breaking into this Catholic church, I got all their tithes and offering. Saw the statue of Jesus on there, and I had to walk over there to the statue and snapped the statue in half. Took the statue and was walking towards my cardboard box, and I just realized that I didn't want to live life like that no more. I cried out, "God help me!" In about 2 minutes, these cops rolled up in the car and they parked behind me, and this big black cop gets out. He looked like a bear. I mean, he was big as I don't know what. And when he glanced at me and he saw me, he looked at me and he said, "Dave, you're still out here." At this time, I'm just soaked with tears, saying, "I want help." And they looked at him and said, "You know my name." I said, "Yeah, I've arrested you on a lot of occasions." I'm begging to get in jail at this point because I couldn't get any more rehabs. I burnt all my bridges. My family didn't want nothing to do with it. I'm begging this guy to get in jail, and he said, "I can't find, the warrant. You don't have a warrant." I said, "You've got to get me in jail. This is the only place I know that I can get off of these streets." And it took that man almost an hour or so calling the record department and me praying and asking God to help me for them to turn the warrant up so I can go in. He said, "There's a gutter over there. Whatever you got in your pocket, I want you to empty your pockets." And when I went over, I reached in my pocket, and I had some heroin and some cocaine. I had my needles, and in my back pocket I had a little shorty of Jack with half Jack Daniels, about half filled. And I'm saying, well, I could do all this before I go in. That's my thought. But all I can remember is just throwing everything, breaking the needle, throwing the bottle, dumping it. And he turned around and said, "You're done." Now, that's what I wanted to see. But this cop helped me every step of the way. He gave me a hug. That's the first time anybody hugged me or said anything nice about me in a long time. But I spent my whole time for a day or so up the precinct. He got me clothes, he gave me a shower, he went and bought Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I just cried the whole night. I'm starting to now, because I could relive it, but I knew I was done. There's no books, no hardback books or any kind of thick books. Paper are not allowed in the penitentiary. And I just remember, praying, God, I just love to have a copy of the Bible and hopefully some literature from NA. And I started making my bunk. I was on the top bunk, and when I lifted up the mattress, it had a hole in it. There was a Bible. I'm telling you, there was a Bible in there, and it was the first 106 pages of Narcotics Anonymous basic text. And I showed the guy. I said, "Well, look at that." And the guy on the bunk said, "Where'd you get that at?" "I've been in this thing for a year and a half." I said, "I prayed for it. And what I prayed for, I had those two things, and that's no lie." I had already knew Jesus. I just turned my back, but I just started doing the best I can to renew my vows from that point. I have to practice staying clean on a daily basis, and it's a challenge some days, and it has to do with a lot of things. I go to meetings, NA meetings. I do go to church. And the number one reason is the relationship I have with Jesus Christ. You're my